Hello, Casual Dresser here again on what is an absolutely boiling Wednesday. It's been boiling for the last few days and I thought with my kids being at school I would do another unedited video. I did one last time on the Nike Stone Island collab jacket and people seem to like the video. It obviously makes it a lot easier for me because I don't have to edit it to the nth degree. I am still going to include some pictures, etc. So there is a little bit of editing, but most of what you see today, me speaking, is unedited and we just go from top to bottom. Now, before I start the video on what I am going to look at today with the Stone Island Beekeeper Jacket, I just want to give a massive shout out to these guys. Now, if you haven't seen them, if you haven't heard about them, I know I put on my Instagram you've been living underneath a rock, but things like this can slip through the net, so I just want to give them a huge shout out. Now, I'm going to do a future episode solely on these magazines, so I'm not going to go through these magazines, but I am going to pick out a couple of things. So it's the Paninaro magazine. It's to the lads up north who have been producing these. Now, they are thick and full of great stuff. So it's Paninaro, it's the football, casuals, music scene. Smart, very smart. So here's issue 1. And when you got issue 1, you got a collector's card of it, which is very nice. And they've also got issue 2 here. Now they are limited numbers, so you won't be able to pick this up anymore unless they do a reprint, which they might do if you ask them. No idea. There are still some of these available with the t-shirt. If you head over to their Instagram, they've already amassed quite a big following. I think they've got 7,000 and something followers on Instagram. They've also got a website, so not only do they sell these, they sell jumpers, Paninaro jumpers, blue and red writing I believe. You'll probably be able to see them here if I've edited it. And they've got t-shirts, but the read is absolutely fantastic. And I've just picked out a couple of bits from each one. Now, like I said, next week I'm going to do a full review of this, so please tune in. But there is something that strikes a huge chord with me at the moment. If you watch my last video, you'll see that I am doing a running challenge for a little boy with leukemia. And one of the articles in the first issue is this Fuck Cancer article. And it is about a guy called Mark Allison, who tragically passed away with cancer, but it's sort of his build-up and how eventually meeting Gary Aspen, he produced a pair of Adidas one-of-one Mallison trainers. It's a lovely story. It's worth buying the magazine just for that story alone. But like I say, I'm doing a run at the moment for a little boy with cancer. It's an awful thing to have to deal with, but it just shows you some of his story and how sort of the casual scene sort of brought him through some of his last days. But there's issue 1. And issue 2, here, again, I'm going to give a big shout out to another thing that strikes a chord with me. You'll know that at the start of a lot of my episodes, I talk about mental health, and especially in men's mental health, and reaching out, and it doesn't make you weak to reach out to somebody to talk to. And I know Fenners, so he did a piece in the Paninaro, and I think he was given free rein to talk about what he wanted to talk about, and he talked about mental health and his struggles with it and how he came through it, and his family. And I mean, it's a massive shout out to him to even do that. I know all the guys in the community are completely behind him and been blown away really by the piece that he did. And as a result, Paninaro have released that individual section of Fenner's interview so that other people can access that for free if they can't get hold of the magazine, because it is so poignant at the moment. It's a huge talking point at the moment, especially between men. So that's a fantastic piece in here. Again, it is rammed packed. Let me see if I can sort of flick through some of this. It is rammed with just stuff about football, music, fashion. That's my dog barking. Why she's barking. Now I know I said it was unedited. That bit was slightly edited because the dog kept barking and barking and barking, and she's huge. She's here to protect my gear. So I'm going to get back to this issue 2. So there's a slight edit there, apologies. But yeah, the last thing I was going to talk about was this interview. Again, I'll go in more depth, but it is from Hawkwood Mercantile, Richard Illingworth. Now, I've been tempted, really tempted to bite the bullet and buy one of these jackets. I mean, it's probably not jacket weather at the moment, so I'm probably going to wait till the autumn, but I'm going to get one of these in the autumn because they look absolutely fantastic. They're all made to order pieces. They look absolutely fantastic. So there's a little piece to read if you want to swat up on this brand. But one of the reasons I do like these magazines is because, obviously, like you know, my channel is about supporting up and coming independent brands and shops, and these are just packed with them. You'll see here from the pictures that they're showing off, you know, people's items that they sell in the shops. They're showing off resellers. So if you do want to get your name out there, and apart from just emailing me at the email address below and I'll shout you out, or getting in contact on Insta, because I'm always prepared to do that as well. If you do want to get a bit of a shout out, or if you do want to be mentioned and have lots of people see your name out there, just give them an email. I don't know what the costs are to get into the magazine. I'm sure they're not extortionate. But get yourselves in stuff like this because they're here to promote you. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, this magazine. I'm absolutely dead sure of it. When I talk to some of the lads who have also bought this magazine, they rave about it. So get yourself over there, see if you can order yourself your copy. If you can, I've probably shot myself in the foot here because if there's only a certain number of copies and other people are going to get them now, there's less chance of me getting one. But hopefully they can sort of scale up their production soon. I know it's like an in-house job where they've got kids packaging them up and sending them off, etc, etc. But I'll do a huge review on this next week. But that's my sort of intro ready for this beekeeper. So let's get into this. Here I am. I told you I'd be back. Here it is in all its glory. Think look good, isn't it? It is the 2006. That dog again. Anytime I talk to a camera, she thinks I'm talking to someone in the house that's coming. So she comes back in. There's nobody here now. Nobody here. Nobody here. Go away. Good dog. 2006 Stone Island Beekeeper Jacket. So obviously you know why they call it the Beekeeper, because it's got this mesh netting here. I really wouldn't want to wear this on a summer's day, but it's a really smart jacket, and this is probably one of the best colourways, this orange colourway. So we've got a mesh net face mask here that just tucks away, and we've got to the front, we've got a zip down, button over zip, so we've got zip here and we've got buttons. I like it when it's a button over zip. But obviously the mesh netting is all connected to the hood, and it can be tucked away, it can be buttoned away, so it's not always dangling there. Obviously got a badge to the arm. I mean, I'd probably like this if it was a green edged piece even more. Yeah, if it was pre-2000 and that was green edged, that'd look smart. So we've got the detailing on the sleeves, I don't know if you can see that. 2 front pockets, 2 front Velcro pockets, larger buttons here. I'll show you what I mean about the hood. So here we go. So all it would really be is if you button this in here like that, you've all of a sudden only really got then the inside liner of a hood, which is acceptable, isn't it? It's a really plain jacket though. You'll see some pictures here that I'm putting up. Yeah, you'll see some pictures there of me wearing it and having a bit of fun with my child's bee game. But really, really smart jacket. It looks a bit like one of the Razzo jackets without the Razzo, so without the mess. They fit true to size, so that is an XXL. I normally wear XL and it's a little bit too big for me. Do you want the measurements? I'll give you the measurements now. I'll cut off, come back in. Okay, measurements. So XXL, so it's got a pit to hem of 18.5 inches, which is standard XXL. And then the pit to pit again is standard, it's 24.5 inches. So it fits true to size. So if you're looking at picking up one of these, just go for your normal size in Stone Island. Yeah, I really like it. That's why I thought I'd do a quick review of it. Especially being bee season. Look after the bees. We've got very, very few bees left, and bees make a huge difference to the world, so look after them. They're not like wasps. I don't know why we have wasps in the world. So again, quick shout out to Paninaro magazine, go and visit them. Quick shout out to Fenners, great piece. I know I've told you personally it was a great piece, but it was fantastic. Again, if you ever need me, I'm here, reach out. And that's not meaning to sound patronising. There are times when I need to reach out to guys, and I do. So if you ever need me, just send me an Instagram message or YouTube. Please send any requests, anything you want looking at, send that to the email address below. As always, please hit subscribe on my YouTube. We're over 800 now. I can't wait till the day to get to 1,000. If you've got a YouTube channel as well that you think your subscribers, or if you've got an Instagram where you think your subscribers would like to possibly see my content, can you please shout me out? I know I like to give lots, but it's always nice to receive stuff as well. So if you ever point them in the direction of my YouTube, that would be brilliant. Like I say, next week it's going to be a complete review of those Paninaro magazines and having a look at their content and what they've got in there. Look after yourselves. It is absolutely boiling at the moment. So, I mean, I don't want to sound like your parents by saying take shade, but yeah, do look after yourselves, get your suntan cream on, enjoy the weather, enjoy your beers, enjoy the paddling pools, and I'll see you next week.